And that's what stuck out to me in the book. I want to read a line. You both write this. The betrayal of Musto laid the foundation for the betrayal of an entire nation he was elected to serve. And something about Bob Menendez, it seems like he is a political cat with nine lives. His 2017 corruption trial ended in a mistrial. Then this one is the one that ultimately took him down. I mean, when you're looking at all of this corruption that he was accused and then found guilty of, to both of you, what sticks out to you the most? I'm assuming the gold bars are pretty high up there,
Yes.
considering the book's called Gold Bar Bob.
I think the gold bars nailed it because during when the prosecution presented the case, they actually brought in the props. They brought in the gold bars and they allowed the jury to hold those bars. And I think that's what, for the first time you had stuff you could see. I mean, we saw the gold bars in his disclosures a few years before anything happened. And we were like, who's got what? Who's got gold bullion at home? And then, and we didn't, unbeknownst to us, that's when the FBI raided his home. They raided his home 5 times and they found gold bars. They found hundreds of thousands of dollars stuck in his shoes in cash. I mean, these are things. I think this sealed it for him. Like for the first time, you had visible, tangible evidence that you could hold. Whereas, with the other trial uh, in New Jersey, okay, you had like flights on private jet, you had like a lavish stay in Paris, but to actually hold the physical evidence, I think that sealed it for him.
I mean, and to that point, I've been producing and covering and reporting on political news for almost a decade now. And I think something that sticks out with political scandals when you're reading about them are obviously it's all in the details. And it's the details that really, in this case, the money stuffed into his Senate jacket, the
Yeah.
gold bars, because that sounds like a scene out of a mob movie. Thomas, I pose the same question to you. I mean, what stuck out to you the most about these crimes and the corruption at large? I mean, what are those details that are most shocking?
Well, to me, maybe that's not the most shocking, but I thought it was the most pivotal is when he got into league with Nadine. I think that partnership is really what did him in because with her came the Egyptians, and with the Egyptians came the gold bars, right? And all this craziness. And what also came with the Egyptians was the covering up of the murder of Jamal Khashoggi, the Washington Post journalist, right? So once he linked up with Nadine, that's not the most shocking thing he did, but it was the most pivotal because she was that. I'm not going to say that she was the reason for his downfall, right? But it was the combination of those two that made him come down, right? That combination. And so that's what I would say would have been to me the most pivotal part of his entire journey was linking up with Nadine.